Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Aquascaping on the Fly, Living Art Creations, and I'm Anthony, your host and content creator. Now today, this video is part 2 of our Trinity Series tank builds, where we're putting 3 tanks together with one consistent theme. And part 2 of this was the Substrate and the Hardscape. So this is where I left off, and I really needed more soil. So my soils came in. I'm going to focus here and then a little bit here. I'm looking for this wave action that this tank has to carry it forward into these two. I think these two are looking a little bit boring right now. So I did extensive tutorial on the other, when I set all of this up, starting from the tank, the film on the back, to the lighting, to the root tabs that we're putting in, the soil we're putting in, how I gathered my rock and my hardscape from nature, so we're not out any cost for this, and also the themes of each tank individually. What I'm going to do is put this one on a fast play or fast record so that you can see how I'm going to tweak it, because a lot of times I have to stand back and look at it, kind of think about it, and then move forward, and I don't want to just be dragging the video out for that. So I'm going to do a little bit faster version here. So let me get the camera set up where you can see everything, and we'll go from there. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. That just took one extra bag, and really I just wanted to get the height the correct level in the tank that's on the very right, which is called Bird on a Wire, and it's primarily because that's the wood stick that's in there, that it's angled, and I wanted the substrate to kind of follow that angle a little bit. So that's the whole purpose behind, you know, getting that one with a little more height, and then putting a little more movement in the middle tank. Now that I have that done, I've got my paper towel strip, and I want to, I've just placed prayer hands, or in the last video I said they kind of look like walruses, 2 male walruses fighting. I'm going to put some paper towel in here. I can't get the camera to give you a better angle, but I'm just going to secure it down in here to this rock, and then of course the larger rock on top, I'll secure it there, and I'm probably going to put one here for this rock as well, because maybe I'll get a better angle out of it. So I'm just going to get this ready to place this to where it will start to hold. And this is, I think, is the only one I have to worry about gluing, because the middle tank, that's such a large piece. I might put one on there just to make sure it doesn't rise up, but I really couldn't see it doing that because it is heavy. But you never know. So it's better to be safe than sorry. We're just using the Gorilla Glue that's safe for aquariums. You're not going to see this, so it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be hidden. Oops, just got some in there. All right. And I just shove it into a little crack between the rock and the piece of wood. Okay. This is an actuator here that causes it to hold like within 10 seconds. So this one did slip a little. Yeah, I kind of want it to go up a little. Although, let me make sure that's freely cured before we move on to this one because I don't want it to move the big rock. Okay, so I am going to put a piece between here and here, but down in the crease. Okay, I think you can see it. I can see it for the camera. So I'm going to put one down here that's holding this piece onto the rock it's leaning on. Okay, since I've put such a large amount of paper towel on this one, I'm going to let it dry, that I know it's dry, before I work on the last one, because I'm not sure I'm going to have to glue it, because before it would just rest right on there because of the angle. But if it needs to be glued, we'll put a glue on it there. But we'll check back in a few minutes. Okay, so there you have it. Very little work really had to be done other than getting the height, more of a gradual height in the tank on the right. The tank in the middle needed some more curvature on its substrate level. And then we did attach this rock to this rock. So now this angle is going to be a lot easier to maintain, especially when we have to get in to do any cleaning or anything like that. And then the tank on this side, these two larger rocks are glued in several places to the wood. And then this one is, just because it has a bend in it, fits perfectly right there without having to glue it, which is nice because I can go back in and put some soil in the crack there or leave it because I do want to have shrimp in all three tanks. So I hope you like the layout. Let me know in your comments. And before we give the last shot, let me go remote and let you take a closer look. And I hope you guys can really see how I'm going for one seamless seam so that the elevation is where it needs to be. And then here is a forward look. And you can see on this one, we have lots of places between the rocks that we can do lots of plantings. Now this tank, this is the reason why we did two lights, a light on the front and a light on the back, because I didn't want this to be blocked, the light, if it was just on this the back side here of the tank. So there's a light on both sides. That way we can make sure we can have even light on both sides. Still plenty of room there to plant between the rocks if we choose to. And here I am thinking about adding more soil down in there just to build that up, just in case, because I don't know what I want to put there yet. I have an idea, but I'm not sure. And I love now how the rocks are closer together, which means they're not, you know, just crammed right up next to the glass. And this piece should stay once I wrap it around this little part right here. It kind of like hinges on it. So I shouldn't have to, you know, actually glue that piece down. But hope you guys get a good look at that. And then as soon as the plants come in, I'll be setting out the next video. So thanks for watching on this one and keep an eye out for the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.